Warning, there are profanity, topics, and other opinions that could offend you. Please watch and or listen at your own risk, and enjoy the show. Hey guys, what's up? It's R-DiK here, or Old School Duelist 12. Everyone call me, and welcome back to another amazing episode of the Voidcast, where no topic is off the table. If you're listening to this on Monday, thank you for tuning in early. If you're listening to this on Wednesday over on YouTube, thank you for tuning in on Wednesday. But you know, a lot of this information's 2 days old, so get with it. Anyways, if you guys are wondering about the new schedule, I posted a video explaining everything last week. So if you want to go see everything explaining the news, you can go to youtube.com/oldschoolduelist12, and you can go learn about all the news upcoming stuff. We're going to go over a couple of things in this episode, as well as we're going to be talking about some Pokemon Go stuff, as well as some other just Nintendo related stuff in this episode. And then I also went on vacation. I went to Missouri to visit some family, so we're going to talk about that too. So if you're excited for all that and more, stay tuned. So guys, I was on vacation. So I try to every year. Last year I didn't go, but this year I definitely went. Every year I try to go to Missouri, Hannibal, Missouri, to go visit family because, one, I was originally born there. It is a small town. It's a town of Mark Twain, but it is such a fucking amazing and gorgeous town. There's a couple of rough parts, but that comes with any small town. There's going to be rough parts. There's rough parts of fucking big cities too. I mean, that's actually a given. If anything, there's bigger parts compared to small rough parts. Anyways, but yeah, no, I love Hannibal. I love going to visit Hannibal. It's amazing. And it took my girlfriend for the first time. So for the first time, I mean, we weren't dating anyways, we were dating last year. We didn't. Anyways, who cares? But yeah, no, I took my girlfriend, showed her around, showed her my town. She got to meet my older brother and sister. I got to meet my nieces and nephews and the in-law. Well, not the in-law. The in-laws. My brother-in-law, my sister-in-law. I got to show her my town. I got to show her the house I lived in for 2 years in Hannibal. But I got to show her why I go back there every year, and it was fucking awesome. The hotel we stayed at the Quality Inn, and it was a good hotel. Definitely, I'd honestly have to say, for a chain a chain hotel, that is definitely one of the better ones I've stayed at. Especially the breakfast. They had a fucking full, just breakfast everything. I mean, you know, at the hotels that do serve breakfast, whether it's free or you have to pay for it, you know, they got the standards. They got the eggs, the biscuits, you know, the coffee, the milk, the juices, waffles, stuff like that. But this one, it was just arranged really nicely, and it was so cool. It's probably the nicest breakfast, like, you know, free hotel breakfast I've actually ever seen, and it was really nice. The pool was fucking cool as shit. They had these like rock wall along it. Yeah, it was really fucking cool. Yeah, it's awesome. I loved it. It was such a really good hotel. They were really nice. We had a couple of key issues, like our keys. It was like 2 or 3 times, like the key literally just would stop working, and so I had to go down, get it remade. One time, I think the second time I just got a whole new key, and actually what I think it was because of my phone case. There's a magnet on the back, and like the magnet actually The magnet actually goes to like a full like wallet case, so like sticks in there, and it's basically made so like if you don't want to carry the full wallet setup, you can just take the phone off and still have a case on it or something like that. So it's really cool. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I think the magnet every time it touched the the key cards because they had the magnetic strip. The key card would stick to my wallet, and I think that's what fucking kept fucking it up. Because it was the second and third time I noticed it. Like the key card, like I had to pull the card off the back of my phone, and then it wouldn't work. So at that point, I was just like, once I noticed it, I didn't say it. I didn't mention it to my girlfriend. So if you're hearing this now, I'm sorry. But yeah, so I could have kept that little thing to myself. That I was the reason that I kept fucking up. But yeah, no, it was still a really good time. I still loved the hotel. I actually saw something in Hannibal that I never knew existed, and that was the River Peak. Riverview Park or River Peak? Yeah, it was Riverview Park. That's what it was. And it was kind of like a lot of pathways you can like walk on, or you can take your car or bike or whatever the fuck you want to drive, and you could just see different. It was like a forest, and you could see different parts of the Mississippi River, and that was the first time I'd ever been there. I'd gone there since I was like, 14-ish, 13, 14 years old to now when I'm 23. So I've been going there for 10 years. And I never knew that place existed. I never knew that park existed. Kind of just learned about it. Me and her decided to look for it. We looked it up. We found it, and it was cool. We got some cool pictures. Maybe next time we go, we can go there and have a picnic. Hopefully no bears come take our picnic baskets. Yep, terrible joke. Anyways, yeah, it was really cool. I loved it. She loved it. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I loved it. Yeah, if you guys ever want a cool tattoo, so my brother-in-law, he has his own tattoo shop down there. It's called Hard Times Tattoo. If you want a tattoo, you can go in there, get a fucking dope-ass tattoo. If you need a reading, a psychic reading, my sister does that stuff. You can go there. Brittany Buckwalter Offices, that's the name of the thing. But you can go there and you can go get your reading. Pretty cool. Small shout outs for them. But yeah, no, it was a good time. I loved it. Can't wait to go back again next year. Yeah, that's it. I also had a maid right for the first time. That was fucking strange. Like they normally come with like mustard and pickles. I don't eat mustard, nor do I eat pickles. But it was still good. It's kind of like a loose meat sandwiches with some spices in it. I don't know if you know what a loose meat sandwich is, but it's like just ground up meat, and it's ground up like ground chuck or something like that. Ground chuck, ground beef, whatever, and it just goes in a bun. Normally you put mustard or pickles. Like I said, don't eat those. But it's got some spices, and it's fucking delicious. The first time I ever had one. Apparently they've been serving it there at that place since like 1940 something, and never knew it was there. Never knew Maid Rights existed, and I had one for the first time, and it was delicious. Definitely gonna have another one next year. But yeah, no, Missouri, like I said, Missouri was great. I love going back there. Hannibal, I wish I could live there, but my girlfriend doesn't want to live there, so I'll never live there. I'll only visit as much as I can. Anyways, moving on. So we're going to talk about a little bit of the channel with the changes. If you've seen my video from last Friday, you will see that it was a schedule update video just explaining just a couple of things. Just to, give you guys a quick TLDR, quick rundown, whatever. Basically, scheduling is changing. I've been sitting on trying to figure out a schedule for the past month. I finally have a schedule that I think will work perfectly, and it is not as much stress on me. Basically, the podcast goes up audibly on Mondays on like audioboom.com, iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify. And as well on Mondays, you can go to YouTube and you can look at my past stream, which will mostly be Monster Hunter, since I love Monster Hunter. I want to do Monster Hunter content, but I just don't have the time right now to be able to do Pokemon, do a stream, do the podcast, and make Pokemon or Monster Hunter content. Because when you make like actual Monster Hunter content that I see from other Monster Hunter tubers, they put in work that involves a lot of cuts. They do a lot of explanations and stuff like that, and I just don't have the time to do a podcast, Pokemon stuff, Monster Hunter videos, streams, and whatever the fuck else I want to do on the channel. So I've narrowed it down to where basically my Monster Hunter content will just be past streams, and trust me, in my streams I talk about a lot of Monster Hunter content, just Monster Hunter stuff in general. So that'll be on Mondays, and then on Wednesdays the podcast goes up on YouTube at noon, obviously. If you're listening right now, shout outs to you. Hit the like button. Boom, 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 boom. And then on Fridays will be Pokemon content. The reason why I'm switching to Pokemon content is because when Pokemon Sword and Shield comes out, I will be switching from competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! To competitive Pokemon. I'm already slowly making the transition right now, just prepping a bunch of just Pokemon, so when Pokemon Home comes out, whatever Pokemon that I have ready to go, actually with a confirmed list of Pokemon that are out, a majority of the Pokemon that I'm prepping are going to be in Sword and Shield. The Snorlax for the self-destruct Snorlax, the Mimikyu, because I fucking love competitive Mimikyus. They're fucking amazing. Gengar's already been confirmed. The only thing is, won't be doing Mega Gengar teams. Hopefully, hopefully I'll be able to do maybe a Gigamax, not a Gigamax, a Dynamax Gengar build. Hopefully. I won't get the Shadow Tag, which kind of sucks. Just a lot of the Pokemon that I have been working on, they are going to be in Sword and Shield. The only ones that haven't been confirmed basically is the Incineroar and Legendary / Mythical Pokemon. We don't have any information on that, which kind of sucks. I'm pumped. I'm excited for that. I've been prepping some Pokemon Let's Go stuff. Pokemon stuff will be on Fridays at noon, right here on the YouTube. For streams, streams are just kind of sporadic. They're very sporadic right now. No set date at the moment. I'm trying to do at least a stream a week. So if you want to go to twitch.tv/OSDuelist12, hit that heart so you can follow me and make sure you get notified, because there's a button to get notified on your phone when people are streaming, or email. You better hit those fucking buttons. Just to support me. I have a lot of goals right now. I want to accomplish a decent schedule, build a fan base, and then once I get the Twitch affiliate, that's what it is. I was trying to think of that in the schedule update video. Couldn't fucking think of that. But I want to get my Twitch affiliate, so that's where I really want to work hard on these streams. I'm trying to get the Audio Boom next tier, or sponsored tier, whatever the fuck I don't know if it's actually considered a sponsorship. For the second tier on Audio Boom, I'm trying to basically work up and get that, as well as I'm trying to, basically that's it. Schedule, Twitch affiliate, and Audio Boom sponsorship in quotation marks. Just basically what I'm working on right now for the channel. And then after that, hopefully maybe open up a Patreon to give you, just to basically make it a better way so you can support me. Obviously, Patreon people will get exclusive content. To hopefully maybe make this my job one day, because that would be really cool. That would be the dream. It's not my end goal. It's more so a dream of mine right now. It's a hobby. I have a full-time job. Hell, if this became a job for me, I would be working 2 jobs. I would definitely keep my full-time job because of benefits, and then I'd work this as well for just as something I love doing and giving to you guys, and obviously in return you guys are helping support this. That's just the dream. That's the goal. Not the goal. It's not the goal. It's just the dream. It's all it is a dream. Basically give you guys content, free content on Audio Boom and YouTube, and Patreon hopefully becomes exclusive content. I got plans. I got plans, guys. It's just all about just knocking out these goals. I am starting to make a list of things that I need to accomplish. It's just a matter of time and just dedication and everything. Because that's honestly all someone can ever. That's all you need to do. Is if it's something you're passionate about and you love, then you have to stay committed to it. And I've fallen off the trail so many times. Yeah, I've fallen off a lot. So I'm really trying to push myself to keep the I don't want to say the dream. I mean, it is my dream, but trying to keep the how do you put it? Keep the idea, and just be consistent and push myself to do something that I've wanted for so long. Trust me, guys, I've wanted to make it a really a decent, even if it's not a big community, just a decent community where everyone can come here, they can watch a video, okay, train, just a decent community where all the fans, they're just talking, and make friends. We become close as fans to content creator. Just that's all I want. That was a weird noise. That was a really weird noise out of my mouth. That's honestly all I really want to accomplish. I just want to create a community where people come together and they debate, they discuss, they make friends, stuff like that. I create a connection with you guys to where you guys can, I don't want to say look up to me for answers, because that sounds really fucking what do you call it, really egotistic, and that's definitely not what I want to do. I really don't want to be egotistic. I want to give back. I want to become an entertainer. I want to give back to people and give them just content, whether it's content they enjoy, content they look to for information, whether it's content you come to like basically disagree with. I mean, if you're really taking the time out of your day to come watch this and be angry and disagree with me all the time, you got some real fucking issues. But if you don't agree with everything I say, cool, let me know in the comments. Let's create the discussion. That's what I want to do. I want to create the discussion, whether it's agree with me or disagree with me. That's what I want. That's really what I want, is I want to create discussion about things, whether it's, I mean, some people might argue and be like, oh, if you're going to do something, make it to where you're contributing to society, blah, 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 talk about politics or what. Don't get me wrong, politics are important, but they're not important on this channel right here. They're not important with the OSD brand. Maybe not government politics, but maybe like industry politics, like gaming, tech. Really, gaming's like the biggest thing. Let it be with the Pokemon franchise. With it's like, they do something and you're like, I don't really like that. Let's create discussion, get some talking going, because that's really what's important, is having the discussion, or creating the discussion from people that have the voices. And I'm not saying the consumer is always right, the customer is always right. I'm not trying to say that's the case 100% all the time. Sometimes is it important, and is the customer always being right? Oh, excuse me. That information needs to be out there. Yes. Are the companies always going to listen to it, and it is always important for everything? No, it is not. Like, here's a perfect example. Here's a perfect example with the whole Pokemon National Dex debacle. My views on it real quick. Just to put my personal opinion out there, and this is not, this is the truth, this is what you guys should believe. I'm not saying it that at all. This is just my opinion. Again, to create discussion. The National Dex, at some point, you have to think about it. If you're a game developer, or you create a product, and there is 1,000 different, we're not even saying different species, we're not even saying different versions, we're just going the base 1,000 Pokemon, right? Like, say Sword and Shield puts us at 1,000. That's a lot, because that's like over 200 Pokemon. or just under 200 Pokemon. But so we'll keep it even simpler. We'll keep it at 900. Say, Sword and Shield makes it to where we have 900 Pokemon exactly. That's still a lot. Like, yeah, the the 3DS and everything, they've made it to where they can put all Pokemon up to it. Even if you don't catch it, the information's there that if you go through the work of transferring it up, like doing the work to put in transfers, you can get that Pokemon. Get said Pokemon, whether it's a special Pokemon that has a move it can only get from a previous video game. Makes total sense. Makes perfect sense why that's the thing that should happen. But at some point, you try balancing it. You try, putting in the work. Because at some point, you can say, well, you've just reused your own stuff, just up the graphics. Sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes you can't just reuse an old asset and, just recreate it. Or, update the graphics on it. It doesn't always work like that sometimes. Trust me. It just doesn't. That's not how coding works. The Switch and the 3DS are two different consoles. You don't just go, okay, copy, paste, oh, that's shitty graphics. That's 480 or, 420 graphics. And bam, now it's 1080p. You have to do that. You have to create the graphical asset for 720, which is in docked mode, and you have to create the graphical asset for 1080 as well. Plus, you have to do the shiny, plus you have to do the other versions, plus you have to make sure the information's there for past versions, where, say, like the Snorlax, where it can only learn self-destruct. If it was a Snorlax from Gen 1 or Pokemon Gale XD. You have to make sure that information's there. You have to make sure the information's there for the Pokemon that can beat it. It's a lot of stuff that goes into it. There's no just, hey, let's just delay the game and so we can have all the Pokemon in it. Is that an issue with me? Yeah, because the only issue I can see with not having all the Pokemon in there is there's going to be that one person and who's going to be like, oh, I can't use Joltik, or I can't use Seismitoad. Those fucking, granted, Joltik and Seismitoad at one point were used in a competitive team, but who the fuck's going to use a Pharaoh or a fucking Sparrow? Who the fuck is really going to use those competitive when you have access to, say, all 900 Pokemon? Nobody. Whether it's one person who says, oh yeah, I have this team where Pharaoh fucking bodies everybody. Cool for you, dude. Not everybody wants a fucking a Pharaoh. I'm going to be pissed if Pharaoh's in the game now. If they're just like, Pharaoh, I'm like, fuck you. And that one person like a Pharaoh, they're going to fucking be like, yeah, fucking Pharaoh. But yeah, no, literally there's always the fan favorites that are going to be there. And for the first time of Pokemon, doing this, obviously the fan favorites are going to be there. We got your Gengars, you got your Charizard, you got your Snorlaxes, you got your Pikachus. They haven't confirmed Eevee yet, but I really feel like Eevee's going to be in the game just because it's now a mascot as well as Pikachu. But you got your Eevees. Who else? You got your Alakazams. You got your fucking Slowbro. You got your, the Gen 1ers. You got your Gen 2 people that are like, oh man, what's a fucking face from Quilava, fucking Typhlosion, Feraligatr. You got, like I said, there is at least one person who likes every fucking Pokemon, whether it's ironically or unironically. But at some point, like I was trying to say earlier, if you want to keep your game competitive, if you want to focus more on the gameplay and make the game more interesting, you have to make some sacrifices somewhere. If your sacrifices are don't include all the game or all the Pokemon so you can add more content to do, because that is a huge issue with Pokemon, is they have a excluding Sun and Moon excluding Sun and Moon, they have a pretty decent good story, but the post game is garbage. Like, I'm sorry, the post-content stuff is garbage. Oh, go collect all the legendaries. Oh, get all these stickers. Oh, find all the pieces of fucking Zygarde. I don't care. I really don't care about all that. I mean, granted, legendaries were more for competitive scene. But I don't, 95% of people who play Pokemon don't play for competitive. It's maybe like a 3% of people play the Pokemon fan base play for competitive. 1% are shinies. The other percent are people that are just kind of like, they just want to 100% the game. And then the other 95% play the game, do all, they'll do main content, post content, and then maybe play for maybe a week after they beat the game, just to dick around for a week. Trust me, I used to be like that. Before I did competitive stuff, I was that person. I played the game, I played the shit out of it for the main story. I do the post stuff. I do all the post stuff that seems really interesting to me. And then after that, I dick around for the game for like a week, and then I don't care. After I beat the game, I look up some stuff like, oh, I want to get this Pokemon. I saw this Pokemon when I was doing the playthrough. I want it. Or maybe, if they have an online scene, I make a decent team. I play on that. I don't touch it. I come back every once in a while, play on it. Granted, now I have to play a lot of it. But yeah, it's really fucking frustrating to me when people bitch about a national dex because I don't get my fucking Wingull. But yeah, we don't bitch about the shit that fucking matters. Can I get a better decent content or post content? Can I get a better can we balance the fucking game? Can we get some DLC? Can I just give me more shit to do in the game? You guys give me this amazing semi-open world game, and then you're just like, yeah, fun. And then they walk away. They fucking, excuse me. And then for the next year and a half, they'll release either a remake with some extra bonus bullshit in it, a new add-on to the mechanic they did by giving the remake thing a thing. They release a couple more Pokemon that they announced or is in the database but not officially out, and that's what they do. Here, first of all, Let's Go was the perfect chance. It still is the perfect chance to give Pokemon DLC. Give Pokemon amazing post-game. Give them more things to do in the game. Let's Go is still in that window. It is still in that window to be amazing. I feel like once Sword and Shield comes out, Let's Go is going to be kind of dead. Unless they release something to make Let's Go relevant again. Say 6 months after Sword and Shield comes out. Hey, let's drop some DLC for Pokemon Let's Go. Yes, it's a year and a half late, but hey, we did it. We fucking did it. We made it. Instead of just creating a whole new game, how about they take a Pokemon game that is still, playable on the current gen console, and just give it some more shit to do. People will fucking eat that shit up. Granted, is it it is the right thing to do, the right way to look at that? Yeah, probably not. But it is just something people want. People want content. People want you to make their game, the product they bought, they want it to feel worth it. So if you put out some DLC, it'll be fucking worth it. Let's Go, like I said, Let's Go is still in this is the perfect window for Let's Go. People are fiending for new Pokemon stuff. This amazing new Sword and Shield game is coming out in 4 months, right? July, let's see, August, September, October, November. Yeah, 4 months. It comes out in 4 months. People want Pokemon content. Release Johto DLC. or an expansion pack, whatever the fuck you want to call it, whatever you have to do to put whatever fucking price tag on it. If you say expansion pack, where it's literally you go through Jhoto, it includes Jhoto Pokemon, people will eat that shit up. It'll probably give people a reason who didn't buy Let's Go, let them go back and buy Let's Go and be like, okay, cool, I can spend, because I guarantee, here, let's look this up. Let's look this up real quick. Let's see, Pokemon Let's Go. Let's see, how much is it selling for? Let's go to shopping. It is oh my god. I found, fuck off. Let's see. Oh my god. Okay, anyways, you could buy the game for $30 right now. You could buy it for like $30. And why? How do you have a Pokemon eat shit? Yeah, no, you could buy the game for $30. Oh my god, you can buy Pokemon Platinum for $6. That's super duper tempting. Anyways, moving on. You can buy the game for $30. You can buy Pokemon Let's Go for $30 fucking dollars. You put an expansion pack out, say $30. Boom, people who didn't buy Let's Go, or people that were waiting for Let's Go to go on sale, now they can spend $60, get the full game, the full Pokemon Let's Go Kanto version, Kanto, Pokemon Go whatever version, and then they can spend another $30 after they buy the game and beat Kanto, spend $30 or $40, whatever the fuck you want to price it at, and buy Pokemon Let's Go Jhoto. Bam. Your game instantly became relevant. Pokemon people got what they, the Let's Go community got what they fucking asked for. The Pokemon community got some new Pokemon content. Granted, it's a remake, just a different take on a remake. Everybody's going to be happy for a month. Then you can work on your fucking Pokemon Sword and Shield without getting bombarded by hundreds of thousands of people. And people are going to be, granted, you're still going to have the people like, I don't care about Let's Go. I didn't buy it. I'm not going to buy it now. Sword and Shield's come out. You're going to have that group of people that are going to be like that. That's totally understandable. But a majority of the Pokemon fan base, they're going to be like, oh my god, I bought Pokemon Let's Go. Now there's an expansion to play Jhoto. Dope as shit. I don't get Pokemon sometimes. I don't get Nintendo. I don't get Pokemon. It pisses me off. But watch. Tomorrow after I record this, it's going to be Pokemon Let's Go Jhoto is announced. Fuck you. This entire argument is just been fucking null and void then. I'm still going to release it. Like, if it happens, I'm still going to release this. So if that does happen, then fuck me. Then hit that like button. Anyways, it blows my fucking mind what people bitch about in video games compared to what people should be bitching about in video games. Pisses me off. Oof. And since we're on the fucking topic of fucking Nintendo, let's talk about the Joy-Con issue. So, if you guys don't know what the Joy-Con issue is, it is the Joy-Con drift problem. I suffered from it until I fucking just suffered through it with tons of my games, and then I just said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's spend $10, buy some new analog sticks, and fix this issue. I just realized I continued to bitch about the problem, but I didn't tell you what the problem is. So the drift issue is literally when you're, it's roughly about after a year of your Joy-Cons. Your Joy-Cons your analog sticks start to drift. Not the actual physically the stick will drift, but internally, it's just like some dust or something like that. Like, it's just the way it was designed from it, like turning and grinding and stuff like that. It fucks with the sensors on the inside and causes the electronics to think there's a connection there. So then you start so your character in game will literally start drifting. So then you're like, hello? So yeah, it starts drifting, and yeah, it really sucks. But in return, you do, like, you can do some hilarious stuff with it, especially playing Monster Hunter. Oh my god, the enrage! Tell me about it. Anyways, so I finally buckled down. I spent the $10. Like, literally, the best way to do it is either buy a new set of Joy-Cons or just replace the analog sticks yourself. I thought it was going to be harder, and like, for me, it was more frustrating. If anything, it was more frustrating for me to deal with it, like to open it up and do all that, because like I had a little bit of, like, not a lot, but I had a few issues fixing it, but I got it fixed. Boom, $10 later instead of $80 later, I had new analog sticks, and they feel fine. You can do that, but Nintendo, they somewhat knew about it, but they never addressed it until the Switch Lite came out, which the Nintendo Switch Lite, if you don't know what the fuck it is, it comes out in September. It's basically a Nintendo Switch. The Joy-Cons are a smaller Nintendo Switch. The Joy-Cons are permanently attached to it. It does not connect to the TV. And, yeah, it's basically permanent handheld, cheaper Nintendo Switch that you just can't connect to the TV. They still said you can connect Joy-Cons to it, which that's kind of cool, but kind of stupid also. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, it wasn't really addressed. Like people were talking about it, but no one really wanted to do anything about it, really, until the Switch Lite was announced. And people were like, well, what happens when the drift happens? Then what? And you have to rip open your entire Nintendo Switch? Yeah, fuck that. So then apparently a lawsuit was filed and put up against Nintendo. So, I mean, that's what everyone's saying. I didn't really look into it all that much. I kind of just, like, heard about it and I was like, oh, okay. Then Nintendo addressed it, and they were just like, yeah, you can send your Joy-Cons in, repair it, but at a cost. And now, what I learned about today, as the day of recording this, July 24th, I heard that, that Nintendo is going to be doing it for free, which I still have a set of Joy-Cons that, the controllers still don't work 100%. The drift is a thing on that set of Joy-Cons. So if this is true, I'm going to go through the process of sending those two Joy-Cons in to get fixed, repaired, replaced, whatever they say, because they say if you paid for the thing, you're going to get refunded, and they'll get replaced for free. I really feel like what's going to happen is they're just going to, for the first batch they get, they're going to probably take them in and just send out brand new ones out. And then they'll fix the first batch that was sent in and then just rinse and repeat. So that's just my thought process of what they would do. I mean, that I wouldn't blame them. That makes perfect sense. It's their company. But yeah, if that's the case, and I'll go through the work of sending mine in. That's just I'm getting really curious. Like, there has been no official statement. Nintendo hasn't put an official statement out that I know of as of recording this. There has been no official statement stating that. And if you look on the website, I didn't do a ton of perusing, but I definitely went to like their contact and like the repairs and stuff, and I didn't see anything on there about that. Hold on, excuse me, taking a drink. Water, love water. Ooh, but if it's on there, right now, it is extremely hidden. So I'm kind of just waiting to see if there's like an official announcement of it, because that's something that I really feel like. Because I mean, I agree with people. I totally agree with people. Like, that's something that is a huge problem, because you think when you buy a product, when you spend almost $100 on $70 to $80 on a set of controllers, that on any other fucking game system, including older Nintendo game systems, that is not a normal issue. The drifting on Joy-Cons is a normal problem. I thought I was crazy. I thought maybe I just had defective ones, but then it happened to both sets of mine, and then I looked it up, and that's a fucking normal thing. So yeah, I even went out and bought a wireless controller to carry on my Switch, because it got to a point where I literally could not play any video game that had a camera, because I only had one working Joy-Con until I fixed one of my Joy-Cons and just bought an analog stick and bought the replacement kit for it. Now I just need to buy analog sticks to fix the other ones. But I'm going to wait at most a month till I see if I hear, see someone saying like, oh yeah, you can just go to a website, here's the link in the description, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah, it's a big fucking issue right now. It is definitely the hot topic in the video game industry. Is Nintendo going to fix their shit? So yeah, that's a thing. That's really a thing. It's really fucking frustrating. So yeah. Yeah, that's intense. One thing that just really bothers me the most about it is like, if this becomes a thing, that first batch of Joy-Cons, Nintendo is going to hardcore get overwhelmed. All it's going to take is one person who is a legit reliable source, a news outlet or something like that, like say IGN, GameSpot, or I'm trying to think of what news company, what big news company would put that information out there. I can't really think of any, but basically a big YouTube gaming news person puts that out there, or GameSpot or IGN, like I said. As soon as they put, or Kotaku, if they put out Nintendo officially announces blah 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 blah, here's the button, blah 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 blah, then that first batch, Nintendo's gonna hardcore get overwhelmed. Which is kind of funny. But hey, they did this to themselves, man. They fucking did this to themselves by putting out by thinking they put out a good product, but in reality, it's a shit product. Because I'm sorry, if it's a good product for so long, you could say that about literally anything, but if it's around a year and a half, and the product starts to go to shit, I at least expect 5 years out of a piece of out of technology before it starts to really show its age and really start to go to shit. 3 years, maybe some issues start popping up, but by 5 years, if the issues are normal, if this drifting issue happens, say 5 years down the line, I'd consider that a normal product and say I got 5 years out of it. For tech, that's actually a decent long time. Some products that are more on the higher end, obviously, when you're spending $200-$300, I feel like I should get fucking 10 years out of that bitch. But 5 years is still a decent time span. So yeah, that's just my hot take on that. On the whole Nintendo drifting issue. It's a huge thing. I have a working set of Joy-Cons. I still have one more set of Joy-Cons that are not working properly. So I'm waiting to hear if they say, hey, yeah, we'll replace your Joy-Cons for free for X amount of time frame. Then yeah, I'm gonna fucking send my shit as ASA fucking P. So yeah, if you guys are excited for all the new changes coming to the channel, if you're listening to this over on Audio Boom, iTunes, Google Play, or Spotify, then I thank you for listening to it early. Thank you for going out of your way and finding it there. First of all, if you're excited for any more content coming to the channel, or if you're only here for the podcast, thank you for at least listening to the podcast. But if you're listening on YouTube and you saw Monday's VOD of my Monster Hunter stream of me first using my Elgato, how about fucking that? Let's hit that like button. I'm just whoring that like button out tonight. If you're excited for the Pokemon stuff, that's coming on Fridays. Stay tuned for that. It's a very special Pokemon team for my first one because it's the first team that I personally created myself off just general ideas. It's the thought process, the strat is not my own personal. It's not like, I came up with a strat 100% on my own. Just how I went about the strat is my own personal, spice to it. So if you're excited for that, stay tuned for Friday's Pokemon video. I'm excited. Fuck yeah. And I also want to end this. I want to try and end the podcast on just a new, like I tried doing this before where I would talk about a new video game that I feel like everybody should go try, even if it's just, a demo, even if you just go find the demo and try it. This is something I want to start doing, and start suggesting just one video game at the end of every podcast. So basically suggesting 4 new video games a month. That's rough and a lot for me, but whatever. It's what I want to try and do. So this week's video game, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start doing a video game of the month that everybody should go try. I'm going to start it for July, and then you'll get another one the first Monday. It'll be the first Monday of every month, but here's July's. The video game of this month is Dragon Quest Builders 2. I played the demo today. I haven't played the full game. I didn't play the first one either. I've only played the demo, and I still enjoyed the demo a lot. Because if the game was so good that they made a second one, and the Dragon Quest, fan base is pretty fucking big. But yeah, if you like Minecraft, but regular Dragon Quest is not your thing, then I definitely suggest trying out Dragon Quest Builders. It's got that feel of Minecraft where you're doing a lot of crafting, a lot of building, stuff like that. But it's in the Dragon Quest universe. There's actually even a camera angle that you can switch that's just like the Minecraft angle. It's kind of fucking funny. And I feel like it's a nod or an Easter egg or whatever at the Minecraft series. But yeah, no, Dragon Quest Builders 2, and that's the video game of the month for July. It's fucking awesome. You can go download it on Switch. It's available now on Nintendo Switch, and I think it's on PlayStation 4. I'll probably have better information next week. But yeah, it's a really fucking fun game. I'm not done playing through the demo. It's actually a significantly long demo, which kind of makes me happy. Like, it's a good, 2 or 3 hours worth of gameplay in the demo, so I'm actually kind of excited, and I'm probably going to play a little bit more while the videos are rendering. So yeah, I'm excited. But yeah, that about does it. Like I said, guys, go check out Dragon Quest Builders 2. It's amazing. I love it. I'm having a ton of fun just playing the demo, and then maybe one day I'll actually buy the full game. But yeah, that does it for this week's episode of the Voidcast. Hope you guys really enjoyed this. Hope you guys are excited for the new schedule coming up and back on track, being steady and actually pushing myself to get back on track with content. So, but thank you guys. Appreciate just like I said in last week's schedule update video. Thank you everybody so much for the support and the love and everything that everybody does. If you could just simply share the video, share the podcast, share a link to the channel, it is greatly appreciated, and I would love you so much, because that is honestly the best way to support me, is to watch the video or watch my content and then just share it. That honestly is the literal best way to support me, because maybe you'll get someone else who enjoyed it and then they share it, and then they share it, or maybe you'll get 2 people that like it and one of those 2 people share it, and then we just create a community. It's fucking beautiful. I love it. Oh, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and or listening to this week's episode of the Voidcast. If you guys like what you listen to, hit that subscribe button if you listen to it on YouTube, and hit the bell icon. Follow me on the other audio platforms so you can get those every week. Audio Boom, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. You can follow me on Twitter at OSDuelist12. Yeah, that does it. You guys have a one. Oh wait, go to Twitch. Follow me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/OSDuelist12. Everything is OSDuelist12. Yeah. Thank you guys and have a wonderful, beautiful night, day thing, or whatever.